Your agriculture department also announced this week that they are going to start limiting Chinese ownership of American farmland. Why do you think that the Chinese have been buying up all this farmland in our country so close to military installations?
Well, I don't want to get into that. I have a very good relationship with President Xi. We're going to see, and I'm going to, they're going to be making a recommendation to me, but we have a very good relationship. As you know, they're paying a lot of tariffs to the United States now, so I'm not going to get into that right now.
And currently, who cares about
justice they ever.
The greatest, refreshingly.
Who have joined us for this historic rollout to address one of the most significant national security threats facing our nation.
I want to know who owns the land around our bases and strategic bases, and getting an understanding of why foreign entities, foreign companies, foreign individuals might be buying up land around those bases.
That's the most obvious. I mean, how did we let that happen? How did we let that happen? So the more land they acquire here, the more control they have. I mean, we're the United States, but they treat us like a colony.
Today, we tell China to get the hell out of American agriculture. Here's your ticket. Do not pass go. Get the hell out of American agriculture.
This is just China-owned. This is not other countries of concern owned, such as North Korea, Russia, Iran, and others. You can see that a lot of those, the red blocks, are actual military bases. And ultimately, when we're talking about national security, that is, I think, the number one concern.
But this is so serious an issue. We are indeed in a new world where kinetic warfare is not the first choice of our rivals anymore. Acquiring our supply chain in agriculture. It's setting up spy shops on land next to military bases. We seem so naive.
American agriculture is not just about feeding our families, but about protecting our nation and standing up to foreign adversaries who are buying our farmland, stealing our research, and creating dangerous vulnerabilities in the very systems that sustain us. Actively engaging at every level of government to take swift legislative and executive action to ban the purchase of American farmland by Chinese nationals and other foreign adversaries, including presidential authorities to claw back what has already been purchased by China and other foreign adversaries.
It's about America first, but it's also just the application of common sense. No longer can foreign adversaries assume we're not watching and we're not paying attention and we're not doing something about it, because we are.
We charged 2 Chinese nationals for attempting to smuggle potential agro-terrorism weapons into the United States. Both of them have ties to the CCP. Just days later, we arrested another Chinese citizen for sending packages of concealed biological materials into the United States. It's going to stop.
Do you remember when they arrested the Chinese spies on the Iowa farmland? Y'all remember that? Well, if they're owning the farmland, they have access to all of they're going to get the seeds that way too. China consumes 50% of the pork in the world. Did you know this?
If you could imagine a COVID-like virus made in a laboratory in Wuhan, China, that could infect all the hogs of the world, but you had an mRNA vaccine that could protect your own hogs, what would that do to our world's food supply? I think that's the biggest active threat that I see is bioterrorism.
That a lot of people said, well, look at the red states are the ones leading the way. The red states are the ones that are banning the Chinese-owned farmland, and this is true. But I have to believe that even the Democrat governors and even the blue states realize what a massive threat this is to national security.
Still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. You're asking...
Has President Trump talk to you about this group.
I don't want to get ahead of the president, so I won't answer that. But there is no doubt that he, our cabinet, our administration, our friends across the country are acutely aware of this issue and doing everything we can to solve for it. But obviously, the Chinese owning of farmland in our country is a massive national security issue, and you can see the yellow is where all of the farms have been purchased over the last number of years, and the red is around all of the military bases where that farmland has been purchased. It isn't just about protecting our farmers, it's also about national security. So that's what we discussed this morning.
I do want to say that I think we have had a really good relationship with China lately. We're getting along with them very well. They've been very fair on our trade deal, honestly. I understand what you're saying, but I think we're getting along with China very well.
美方泛化国家安全概念，剥夺特定国家机构和公民购买土地和房产的权利，是典型的歧视性做法，违背市场经济原则和国际经贸规则，最终也将损害美国自身的利益。我们敦促美方立即停止将经贸投资问题政治化。